Hi, Internet friends. Good afternoon, wherever you may be. Wanted to give you an update on my garden. Well, I was out here looking at my vegetables to see if if my plants were still producing, and I thought, I probably should pull out my zucchini and my pumpkins. They're probably done, but let me show you what I did. I gave the garden a haircut. Once I started digging through all the dead stuff, I found new growth, and I just found a lot of new growth and new things starting to grow. So I pulled off, or actually cut off. Look at that. I gave it a haircut. Remember when you were a kid and your mom used to do your haircut? This is kind of what it looks like, huh? Look at this. This one is a zucchini. And look how much I had to cut off of there. And then you see all the pretty new growth here. Let's see, I don't know if this is all new growth in here. And this is another zucchini plant. I had to whack off quite a bit. But here's a zucchini right here. I don't know how well it's gonna do. But you see right here, all the new stuff. There's a new zucchini there. That's a little male one. Male flower here, male flower here, male flower there. Do you see this one here? That doesn't look very happy, so we'll just pull them off. There we go. So do you see how much, well, there's some of them, I don't know what, this must be some sort of weird mold. I guess you're supposed to spray milk on it. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna rip them off. Don't care. Don't care. Anyway, so if you, I don't know if anybody else does that. I'm just, do you see them? Whoops. See that? Just rip it off. See how easy it came off? So I need to figure out some sort of support for this so it doesn't flop over and break. Looks pretty sturdy. Now I have to take you over to my, let's see, my crookneck. Okay, this was pretty interesting. Here's the crookneck over here. I think, no, that's the crookneck right there. Excuse me. Look at my tomatoes. I have no walkway. I guess I could just push them out of the way. Out of the way, you little bastards. Huh? All right. So here's the crookneck. There's a crookneck right there. But look at this. Okay, so I cut away all the dead stuff. And then look right there at the one in the ground. Look at just how flimsy that looks. You see that? How flimsy that is? And then here's another one. Do you see this one right here? How woody and flimsy that is? And then I'll show you. It's got, look at that. Oops. Why is there one of these in the way? Let's see where this would go. Look at this one here. See, there's some flowers on it. There's a little new guy starting. And look how long that is. And then it's got this little flimsy thing holding it on. It's insane, isn't it? So I need to create something that will hold it all in place. And then I cut back a little bit of this tomato here. I just cut off the stuff that didn't have flowers. This, you can see that. Ooh, pretty. And then over here I have some cherry tomatoes. I know I'm kind of changing the subject a little bit. And these, I'm going to wait until they're just a smidge redder. Maybe in a day or two pick those. But I didn't realize I had planted 2 different varieties of tomatoes. So I planted, because, I just opened up seeds and dumped them into those little circle things. You put them in water and they puff up, and then you stuff your seeds in there. I wasn't sure how I was going to do this garden, since it's my first year as an adult doing a garden. And then here's another variety. It's a climbing tomato too, but it's a little bit bigger. So I have the different sizes. And then I've got all these little guys here. I think hopefully they'll get bigger. And then I'll step back and then you can see the flowers. Look at all the flowers I still have on these tomatoes. And look at that. Insane. All right, now I have a hummingbird story for you. Okay, so I was standing about like right here where I'm in the garden, right? And when this one hummingbird, we're gonna name her, let's see, I'm not sure, should I name her Helen the hummingbird or Fiona the hummingbird? I have to give that some thought. But anyway, the little hummingbird, I heard it chirping, and hummingbirds have a very unique way that they chirp. Anyway, so I was sitting here, and then I look over, and right there it lands, and it doesn't see me, and I hold still, and then it flies over to this sunflower right here, and I move my head. It didn't see me move my head to look at it and watch it. And then it went from this one here to here, and then it started going down towards my head and my face, and so I jumped. The hummingbird jumped. We jumped together, and then the hummingbird flew off. But that was my excitement for the day. Ooh, can you see my crookneck right there? Anyway, so that's my hummingbird excitement. And then I have another video that I did this morning. I put the camera out before sunrise to watch the garden, and there was absolutely nothing that came until about after 8 o'clock. And I think it was probably my friend Phyllis the finch. I think she's a finch. I looked at bird pictures, and I think she's a female finch. All right, so let's go over to this bed of the garden. I know I kind of got ADD. Apologize. All right, so this is my pumpkin. Do you see there's the pumpkin there? And then right here, this is the stem. And I took off all the dead leaves, and there's the plant. And then, when I was pulling all this dead stuff off, I found a hole where I put the pumpkin, and I filled in the hole, and I took my scissors and I kind of stabbed in there to see if there might be something living in there. Probably. I accidentally cut this pumpkin off. That's why he's sitting here. And then here's another pumpkin. Ouch. That's sharp. All right, so he starts here, and it goes, and look, there's all the leaves on this were dead, and it goes right to this pumpkin. So, I don't know, I guess the vines only make like maybe one pumpkin. Hard to say. Let's go over to the zucchini right here. Do you see there's a zucchini right there that's growing? And, oh, this one looks like a male flower right there. I don't see anywhere, but do you see how many things I had to whack away? And this is like 2 branches from one single plant. And this doodad I have holding them up is kind of crappy. It's flimsy. I gotta do better. Okay, so here's another little zucchini in there. Can you see that little, see where the flower is? There's a zucchini on that. There he is. And then you can see under here that I have some beets. I didn't grow a lot of beets. I've been picking the beets and eating the beet greens. And then I have some carrots. They turned out kind of bitter, so wasn't super excited about those. Then here's some more zucchini with a different angle. Do you see how much of the dead stuff I had to cut off through there? How cool is that? This is a lot of fun. This is a fun project. I really don't feel very good today, but I came out here a few times and, came out here, worked on the garden a little bit, went and laid down, catch my breath. It's like in the 90s today too, so it's kind of tough. Oh, look at that. You see right here? This is an acorn. My mom said she didn't get any acorn. Look at that. Acorn squash. I have 1 acorn squash on there. I might get some more now that I cut back all this weird stuff. And then I gotta get, what plant is that? Oh, look at this thing. Isn't this pathetic? See, I had to cut off all this dead stuff, and then look, there's like all fresh, happy green stuff there. You see that? And then here's a pumpkin. right here, all the way to there. There's the pumpkin. See that? There's like, I had to cut off all the leaves on that. But past this pumpkin and like new growth. So we kept that. So, and then there's, I don't even know where this is attached. Here's another little pumpkin in here. And then there's one down there. You see? I am going to maybe can some of this pumpkin or dehydrate it. I don't know. I'm grinding up and dehydrating the zucchini and then taking, gosh, what do you call that thing? A muddler. If you make any sort of mixed drinks, it's like just a piece of wood. And I just smash down the grated up dehydrated zucchini and make it into a powder. And I can use that to make, and I haven't used it to make cookies. I just do a chocolate chip cookie recipe, and and just like half a chocolate chip cookie recipe really, because that'll make you about 12 cookies on a cookie sheet. I mean, I'm too lazy to do more than one cookie sheet. Haha. Anyway, so I do like a stick of butter, I think like a cup of sugar, maybe a cup and a half of sugar, and then it calls for 2 1/4 cups of flour, so I do 2 1/4 cups? I don't know. So I do like a cup of flour and a 1/4 cup of dehydrated ground up zucchini, if that makes any sense. So whatever half a chocolate chip cookie recipe is, and then a 1/4 cup of then take away some of the flour and then put a 1/4 cup of zucchini in there. It's pretty good. It's so good. And so these I've got to steam these first before I dehydrate them. Maybe. I dehydrated some. Let's see. I steamed it and I dehydrated some. It turned out like a rock. So we'll see how that goes. So isn't this fun? I don't think oh, okay. So let me move on to the next thought I had. So I'm thinking next year, what I'm going to do is I am going to, instead of building any sort of supports for the plants, I am going to have sunflowers as the support. What do you think? Just grow a sunflower. And then, because it's just so fun to watch all the birds and the squirrels and the sunflowers and the bugs. This is a lot of fun. And then look at the corn here. I don't know. The birds really don't land on the corn. It's a little too flimsy. Because I was thinking about using the corn as a support. See, I'm using this corn right here as a support for these tomatoes. How fun is that? Hello, internet friends. How are you guys today? Anything exciting in your lives? Are you guys gardeners? Are you guys near Portland, Oregon? Anyway, let's move on to the cucumbers over here. And so you see that I'm using this sunflower here as a support for the cucumber. And look at it, look at this, these cucumbers are pretty heavy. And do you see how it's holding on to this leaf right here? Do you see that? Isn't that just neat? Mother Nature is just so fascinating to me. And then I have these poles here for the cucumbers, but they suck. They're not fat enough. Anyway, I'm going to sit down and design some stuff. Oh, now I'm looking over here at my tomatoes. Do you see all those yellow leaves down there? That makes me a little on the crazy side. Well, crazier side, maybe that would be fair to say. I'm gonna get my scissors out. Maybe not now, because I feel like I'm melting like right behind my knees. It's really warm today. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Get the scissors, cut all that out. Probably make the tomatoes happier. Look at all my beautiful pumpkins. Oh, okay, I'm just about done here. Let me go over to one more plant. Across the yard here. Oh, this is a watermelon. This watermelon here, I guess it'd be two more plants. This watermelon here I had in the garden and it just wasn't doing anything. So I moved it to a bucket. It needed a sunnier location. And look, I have a watermelon there. I have two watermelon plants. The other one has a bunch of watermelon on it. Okay, so this thing, look at this monster. I'll have to show you how long it is. Look at that. Look at that monster. I planted it from, I don't know, some sort of like microgreens or something like that, I guess. And I just kind of forgot about it when I put it in here. Look at that. And it's a lot happier than the ones in the garden. Look at this. Here's a pumpkin here. Here's a pumpkin here. Here's a pumpkin here. And look at that. It's just got a, and here's a bunch of male ones here. So who knows, I might have to do like some more bucket gardening or large container gardening. I went to a garden center at the beginning of, or sort of in the middle of spring, I guess you could say, and I got these. Look how big that is. I got them for like, I think $6 each. And I didn't know if it was a good deal, but containers about that big are more than $6, so. I had some strawberries in a different kind of container, and it was making little itty bitty strawberries, and then I put it in this here. I guess you don't need to see my fat shadow. Here. And then I have some strawberries. Here's one. That one looks kind of sad. Let's go over to this one here. See how happy that is? Uh-oh. There was a big one on here. Did I eat that? Something ate it. Darn it. There was a big, giant strawberry on here. Oh, there it's missing. Something must have ate it, or I ate it. Who knows? I probably ate it. And this is a blueberry bush. It's not doing very good. I don't think it likes the squash in there. And here's another blueberry bush. And then here is this one. Yeah, this is one bean plant. Look at it. It's just going crazy. I know I said one or two more. I'm not sticking to that. Here's my pineapple. You know what I did with the pineapple? I just cut off the top and I planted it, and this thing just didn't do anything for a long time. And all this in here, do you see this is all new growth? I accidentally, what happened? I don't know what, I was just messing around with it and I accidentally pulled it out of the soil. It'd been in there for over a month, maybe 2 months, something like that. It hadn't gotten bigger, but it had stayed green and through here. And I thought, oh man, I killed it because there were some roots on it. And so when I pulled it out, I ripped off, there was a bunch of dead stuff on the bottom here. So I ripped off those dead leaves and I replanted it, and look at that. Isn't that cool? And this is another one. This one is not doing anything really. It's just kind of existing. And I cut off these sharp ends because I stabbed myself. Kind of clumsy. Let's see. Here's another plant. Oh, look at this. I grew this one from seed. These are my favorites. They smell so pretty. Isn't that beautiful? I love those colors. It's just a little itty bitty thing. See my thumbnail. Not very big. Here's another bean plant. This one has beans on it. Here's a bean. Little pathetic bean. I kind of think that bean plants have need space for their roots if they want to have a lot of beans. Alright, well, I need to go back inside before I pass out. Thanks for watching. Have a really good day.